for a third Stanley Cup win, much has been said about their championship pedigree.
It's unbelievable the support we get in this city.
Quite notably, how they won the Stanley Cup in their first year in Denver back in 1996, and how a city fell in love with its new NHL team.
Well, it was funny because we were pretty much derided internationally for having to endure the hardships of months of waiting to win the Stanley Cup. And I said, no, wait a minute, you have to understand the context here.
Denver's love affair with hockey is much longer than a relocation from Quebec.
There was a hardcore hockey fandom here. It was such a myth to say that Denver was a new hockey market.
So let's take a look back. We can't talk about hockey here without mentioning the DU Pioneers, whose 9 NCAA championships dating back to 1958 are tied for the most in collegiate history. The first professional sports team to bring a championship to Denver was the Denver Spurs of the Western Hockey League in 1972. The move to the NHL, though, fell through, and the Spurs disbanded in 1976. That same year, the middling and underfunded Kansas City Scouts relocated to Denver and became the city's first NHL team, the Colorado Rockies.
It was a real carnival act, and I really enjoyed covering it.
Terry Fry, at 22, was a beat writer who covered the Rockies for the Denver Post.
There was always something going on with that team, whether it was crazy things happening on the hockey rink or crazy things happening in the ownership. It was a circus sometimes.
That circus, including 3 different owners in 6 years, and a lot of losing hockey.
They would have been better off, in my opinion, starting from scratch than dealing with the Kansas City Scouts' mistakes. They dug a hole for the franchise that I don't think the Rockies ever were able to dig out of.
So the Rockies were sold to investors in New Jersey, where they became the Devils. More than a decade later, the financially unstable Quebec Nordiques relocated to Denver, and the thirst for pro hockey in Denver was quenched once again.
Somehow in 13 years, the veneer of incompetence had been kind of stripped away, and that we knew that we were getting a ready-made NHL championship contending product.
Sakic, Forsberg, and Waugh became household names. There was a second cup in 2001, and as Fry puts it, a savvy front office that prior teams in Denver had lacked.
Pierre Lacroix managed to keep the franchise together, and I don't think he's gotten enough credit for that.
Now, 21 years since the last cup, a chance to once again claim hockey supremacy.
Each championship, if there's a third one, each one of those has a separate narrative. 95, it was, hey, it's a new team. We were drawing the casual sports fan into the realm of the hockey fan. By 2001, we were becoming a hockey hotbed for participation in youth hockey. And then now it's a generation. It's been a generation since the Avalanche won the Cup in 2001.
It's a new generation with many before it to thank for great hockey in Denver.
And something the Avalanche probably haven't gotten enough credit for was the nurturing of Denver and the encouragement of it becoming a hockey market.
For Denver 7, I'm Landon Hoff.